Mere feeds from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Indianapolis Colts and the Atlanta Falcons. Spencer Schrader is going to have the honor of getting us started, and we're underway in Atlanta. Here's Carter on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. He cuts it back right. And he is down all the way to that 15-yard line.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost and a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Let's go. On second down, Robinson. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
They'll try to run it in. He's almost there, but no, they stop him at the last moment. He's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Could have been 7 if they tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. Ashton Doolin now to return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. He dodged the tackle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
1st down, Colts.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And 2nd down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
It's a loss of 2.
Play fake, it's Richardson.
At the 39-yard line.
To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Richardson on 3rd. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Going to have to play from the deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be...
And they got home, sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There's not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
This is ahead for about 5. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively. You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 7 yards on that pickup. And that's a Falcon first down.
And the Falcons first down. First and 10 at the
Working inside the red zone. That one connects. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons make it a 12-point game in the first. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
The Falcons will line up.
Penix is going to throw for it. Caught at the 1. He's almost there, but no, they stop him at the last moment. He's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion. So they didn't call on him following the touchdown, but they do call on him here as he sends this away. On the return, here's Doolin. And it'll come to an end as they touch him down. Starting out trips right here. First and 10. Play action. It's Richardson. Bails out of the pocket quick. And it's picked off, but, oh, yep, pretty clear he was out of bounds, so no interception, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time, and now it's second down. Richardson will do it himself. And he's tackled after a gain of about 6. It's third down now. They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. It's an early advantage for the Falcons. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They'll have it third and 3.
19 Tiger.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. This finds its target. That's Taylor. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Straight ahead with Taylor. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. In on the tackle, the first rounder out of Georgia, Jalen Walker.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Second down carry for Taylor. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
It's downfield. He's got it. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So 2 minutes still to play in this first half, partner. More from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in just a moment.
Come on.
The QB keeping this option on first and goal. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And this is an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts make it a one-score game before halftime.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Falcons 12, Colts 8.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Carter on the return. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. First call here coming from the shotgun. Penix working from the gun. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. A gain of 15 there. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down. Quite the start to that drive, huh, partner? First play sets him up in the 38. First and 10, around to Robinson. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains in next week.
His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
To the air on 3rd and long. That one's caught by Mooney. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Falcon first down.
And the Falcons first down.
Penix here from the gun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Caught, nice gain left side. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Penix. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And no one had a shot at that. It's at the back of the end zone, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Took his shot at 6 that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they've made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Richardson now on 1st and 10. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. And the Falcons might be able to get some points late after the interception.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Where you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here's Doolin. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Hey.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. He's going to try another deep one here. He's got it inside the 25. All the way. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts take the lead right away in half number 2. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown.
There are a couple different ways now. You can win on the fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, well, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
Shane Steichen sticking with his offense. They're trying for 2 more.
The Colts will line up for the 2-point.
Going from the pistol, Richardson. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Here's Carter on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 20.
To the air with Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
And 10 yards.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. 3rd down, it's Penix. And the hit is made, so they bent to the competition, but they didn't break Gronk as they force this 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. Looking to throw. That one complete to Pitts. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. So the big play has them well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Here's Algier on 1st down. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up 2nd down. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw it.
And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons grab the lead on their first series of the half. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field with the route check. Secure the catch, quickly become a runner, check. And finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
Flying forward on the ground. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here's Doolin. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Okay, break.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First down throw here from Richardson. He puts some air under it deep down the left. That's grabbed inside the 30. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game.
There's a good chance he wasn't even looking when that ball was released, but the crowd, well, the crowd let him know exactly what was going on. He could feel the swell of excitement whenever they take a deep shot. It's only going to get louder now as they were able to connect.
Falcons 18. Spencer Schrader is the kickoff for India.
The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Here's Carter on the return. Showing a little burst so far. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Penix on first down. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
15 at the 38-yard line.
Working quickly here. Penix now against a blitz. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
It's Algier on 3rd. And that run was a first down effort, but stopped just shy of 1. It's 4th and short.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Offense is staying out there, and they're ready to go for it on 4th down. Back to throw it. He finds it beyond the marker. Through the defense he goes. Room to burn. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Well, he just caught them a touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's the Colts ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Their rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 32-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. He's got his man, that's Alec Pierce. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. First down now, ball at the 33.
First down.
To throw, Richardson. Sends this to the end zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That play is so impressive on so many levels. Not just because it saves a touchdown kick. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or let him establish possession for the score. That is so good.
Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And Richardson brings things to a halt with enough for that first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide in practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Dumped off to his running back.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
That's going to be caught by his back. Taylor.
Ooh, he knew he was going to pay for throwing that. I knew it from up here in the booth watching that happen. That's an experienced quarterback. If that first primary target isn't there, make sure you find your safety valve. And that got them some yards, so taking that shot, well, it was not for nothing.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Colts take a fourth-quarter lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
Colts 29, Falcons 26.
The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Here's Carter on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
What a clutch play late. He intercepts it. And they're going to score. Pick 6, Indianapolis. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that 4th-quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And he just is 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Penix. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Penix to throw again on 2nd. Completed over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons losing by 9. About set. This is 3rd and 5. Penix working from the gun. Trying to push deep downfield. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here on 4th. And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1. Working fast as that clock ticks down.
Bronco switch. Bronco.
Back to Taylor on 2nd down. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Jesse Bates in to pick it off.
The 2nd down pass intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Penix here from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Penix looking to pass. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Nick Cross has it. So it's the Colts who come away with a win on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say goodbye from Atlanta.